We're going to cover using Tmuxinator to open multiple panes in a tiled fashion to tail 6 different tomcat logs at a time. This strategy could be used for any terminal command that you want to use. So to get started, we need to install Tmuxinator. Now that that's installed, I've already prepared a YAML file that Tmuxinator takes to basically configure tmux in an easier way. So to show you that file, I put the name in there. I want to call this tomcat. Starting up with a window called logs. I want to have 6 panels that are tiled in layout. And then I've specified the commands I want to run, which are SSH commands. I've redacted the servers here, but these are the servers that you want to put in for your own services. And then I'm running a command to tail the log actively. In my config file, in my home folder, I need to create a new directory for Tmuxinator. I'm going to go into that directory. I'm going to move that tomcat YAML file to that location. And now I'm going to start up Tmuxinator. But before I do, I want to mention that you do have to have, in my case, while I'm sending SSH commands, you do need to have your keys installed on the servers you'll be connecting to. I've already done that. If you don't have a SSH key, you can just do a simple SSH keygen, space T for type, and then RSA, and that will generate you a new key. You can accept the default location if you like, put a passphrase on if you would like to do that. And then you would do a SSH copy ID to your username at server.com or whatever your server is, and that would copy the key. You need to do that for each server that you specify in your YAML file so that it has the proper credentials and username to connect. To start it up, I'm going to do Tmuxinator start and give it the name that I called it, which is Tomcat. And you'll see that it opens up 6 panes in a tiled fashion. It runs my tail command on each of the Tomcat services, and now I've got all logs displaying in one terminal window. If I change the size of this window, you see that it will just adjust size-wise to that. And if I want to detach this session, I could hit Control B and D to detach. If I'm using the standard tmux command, I can do a ls and see which windows are there. I could reattach by doing tmux attach. If there's multiple, I would need to specify tomcat, but in this case I only have one, so it reattaches it there. If I'm in any of these windows and I say do a Control C, I'm going to cancel that pane, and if I exit that terminal pane, it would just tile and get rid of that one. So that is something to note. If you were to do it that way, you'd have to go and kill each one individually, which is kind of a pain. So again, if you just hit Control B and then D to detach, you could run the Tmuxinator stop tomcat, and that would kill the entire session. And then if I did a tmux ls, you'll see there's nothing running. So to start it again, Tmuxinator start tomcat, and that will fire up all 6 logs. And there's a lot of options to use Tmuxinator, and you can define all that in your YAML configuration. And if you want to have split window or tiled like I've had it, you have those options, or you can change it up. This worked best for me in my use case of using tailing 6 logs at once. So Control B, D to detach, and then Tmuxinator stop tomcat. That concludes this tutorial of how to use Tmuxinator to tail logs. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.